Welcome to Learn English Easily channel. Today we are going to study the poem The Road Not Taken. This poem has been written by Robert Frost. First of all, we are going to know about Robert Frost, the poet. Robert Lee Frost. He was an American poet. His work was initially published in England before it was published in the United States. Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime and is the only poet to receive four Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. So as I've just told you that Robert Lee Frost, he was born on 26 March 1874 in San Francisco. His spouse name was Eleanor Miriam White. He died on January 29, 1963 when he was at the age of 88 in Boston. The notable awards: Pulitzer Prize for Poetry. Introduction to the poem. This poem was published in 1916. The Road Not Taken poem shows Frost at his best as a pastoral who combines rustic simplicity with hidden, indirect, and clarity of style and language. Children, we are moving towards a summary of the poem. So first of all, we must be knowing what is there in this poem. This poem talks about the choices one has to make in his life. And there are consequences. Consequences are results. What are the choices and what are its effects on one's life. One day while walking in a wooded area, wooded means in a forest area, which was full of trees, the poet comes to a place where he has to decide which road should he take. He starts debating over the choices. As he realizes he can't walk on both because he was alone. However, he decides to take the second path and with the intention of traveling on the first some other time in future. So children, as I've told you, ये जो इसके समरी में ये कहा गया कि जो पोएट है उसके सामने चॉइसेस हैं लाइफ की और वो उनके बारे में सोचता है कि उसको कौन सा लेना चाहिए रास्ता और कौन सा नहीं लेना चाहिए. उसके दिमाग में एक डिबेट चल रही है और वो सोचता है कि मैं एक ही पाथ पे चल पाऊंगा बिकॉज वो अकेला था. सो इसलिए वो फर्स्ट वाले को छोड़ देता है और सेकंड पाथ पे चलता है. So the first lines of the poem are: two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So the speaker describes his position in this stanza. He says that he has been out for walking in the woods and comes in between the diversion of two roads, means where the two roads separate. Where the two roads separate from each other, he stands there looking as far down as one as he can see. Means वो जितनी दूर तक देख सकता है उतनी दूर तक वो देखता है दोनों रोड्स को जो उसके सामने है. He would like to try out both. वो चाहता है कि वो दोनों पर चले लेकिन वो नहीं चल सकता. And that's why but doubts he could do that. So therefore he continues to look down the roads and comes to a decision. So stanza 1 is like this: two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it went in the undergrowth. So we are moving towards the words which are new to us. Diverged. Diverged, as I told, diversion, separation. Diverged means separated and took a different direction. Yellow wood here means a forest with decomposing leaves. Means the leaves which have grown brown, yellowish brown, and they fall off the trees because of autumn season. Undergrowth here means dense growth of plants and bushes. So in that forest, that is undergrowth. Explanation of the first stanza is like this: Once the poet was walking down a road, and then there was a diversion, means separation of two roads. There were two different paths, and he had to choose one out of them. I hope you are understanding that the poet has two roads before him, and he has to decide which he has to choose, and he can walk on one only at one time. The poet says that he has he was in such a position, he was alone, and as he was one person, he could travel one road only. He had to choose one out of these two roads. Yellow wood means forest with leaves which are wearing out, and they have turned yellow in color in the season of autumn. As I've already told you in summary also, it represents a world where, which is full of people, where people have been living for so many years, means they've got old, and they represent people who are older than the poet. The poet kept standing there and looked at the path very carefully, as far as he could see it. Before taking the path, he wanted to know how it was. Was it suitable for him or not? He was able to see the path till from where it curved, after which it was covered with trees and was hidden. Means वो रास्ते को तब तक देखता रहा जब तक वो देख सकता था, जहां वो पूरी तरह से कर्व्ड मुड़ ना गया हो, या बिल्कुल ट्रीज से ढक ना गया हो. It happens in our life also. When we have choices, we have alternatives, but we have to choose one, only one out of them. We can take time to think about the pros and cons, whether it is suitable for us or not. And only then we can take a decision on what path we should choose. So this was the explanation of the first stanza. Moving towards the stanza 2, then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far what the passing there had warned them really about the same. So you can see the fork of the roads, how it was before the poet, that two roads have been diverged, separated, and the poet, and this is a wooded area, the poet has to decide which road he has to move. Vocabulary used in the second stanza is like fair, means as good as the other one. Claim, better option. Grassy means unused, means there is a lot of grass and it seems as if very less people have used it or not. It has not been used. Wanted where means had not been used. So wanted where is the phrase here, as well as the alliteration. We can say repeated sound is there. Wanted where. So wo sound has been repeated. So this is an alliteration. Explanation of the second stanza is like this. The poet kept on looking at one path for a long time to check if it is the right path for him or not. And then he decided and started walking on another path because he felt that the both paths were equally good. He says just as fair. It means the first one is also like the second one, and the second one is also like the first one, means they equally claim the same things. So he felt that both paths were equally good and started walking on one of them. He also says that, adds that he was feeling that the path was better for him, so he chooses it as it had grass on it, which means that it was unused. Not many people had walked on this path earlier. That's why this path was grassy. And wanted where means it was not walked over by many people. After he walked on path for some distance, he realized that both the paths had been worn out the same way. So both the paths were similar and worn out being used here. Even in our life, we take any path or option, but all of them have the same benefits, disadvantages, problems, challenges, and we must face them. We think that we are choosing a better option, but it's not that way. So maybe he's having that realization that choosing the second path was not such a good decision for him. Maybe the first path which he had left for the next time would be better option. Stanza 3. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubt it if I should ever come back. So stanza 3 is talking about the feelings of the poet, that showing that he's having some sadness. Like he said, "Oh, I kept the first for another day." So explanation of the stanzas like that. The poet says that both the paths were similar that morning. Both had leaves on them and had no one had stepped on them, as they were still green in color. He decided that day he would take one path and keep the other path for another day, although he knew that one way leads to another way. मीन्स अगर वो किसी एक रास्ते पे चल पड़ता है तो वापस आना जो है इतना आसान नहीं है. इट्स नॉट इजी टू कम बैक बिकॉज द वे विल लीड टू अनदर वे, एंड ही रियलाइज दैट ही विल नॉट बी एबल टू take up the first path that he had left for another day. He knew that he could not go back on the choice that he had made. Similarly, even in our life, once we choose an option, we must keep on moving ahead with that option. Means if we choose something in some path of life or career, or we choose some stream, then we must keep on moving ahead with that option, and we never get a chance to come back and take the other option that we had left earlier. The stanza 4 of this poem is like this. I shall be telling this with sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Sigh here means deep breath, as it is. So it was a deep breath. Maybe it was because of sadness, because he could not walk on the first path which had left for future. He could not come back. He knew that many ways then ways led to another ways, and many ways emerged while walking on one path or road. Hence here means in the future. Explanation of the fourth stanza is like this. He says that in the future he will take a deep breath and say that once upon a time he had reached such a point in life that there were two options for him, and he traveled on that road which had been traveled upon by lesser number of people. That decision of his decided his future. Similarly, in future, when you grow up, then you will say that once upon a time when you were young you had two options. The choice that you made you what you become of it. मीन्स जो भी हम रास्ता चूज कर लेते हैं, जो चॉइस हमारी हम बनाते हैं, उसी से हमारी जिंदगी बनती है. हम जो कुछ है हमारे चुनाव जो हमने किया है जिंदगी में, जो हमने स्ट्रीम ली है, जो करियर चूज किया है, या जिस रास्ते पर हम चलते हैं, उसके हमें फिर उसके बाद इफेक्ट्स जो हैं मिलते हैं, कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस मिलते हैं. हम जो भी बनते हैं उस चॉइस या जो हमने ऑप्शन चूज किया, ऑप्ट किया, उससे बनते हैं. सो दिस इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग मैसेज फॉर ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स दैट यू शुड बी वाइज and be careful while making choices out of the options that you have in your life. So this is a good message, we can say very strong message for the children, for the students, those who are studying and will take up some streams, careers, that they must be wise, they must be careful while making choices out of so many options that you have in your life, because your future depends on the choice that you make today. So future depends upon the choice that you make today. Symbolism in this poem means there are some words which have been used as symbols, like road. Road is a symbol of choice made by us in our life. Many times we regret the choice we make, but what is done once cannot be undone. मीन्स जो हो जाता है वो हो जाता है, जो चूज हो गया उसको हम उसके ऊपर चलने के बाद या उस पर जिंदगी बिताने के बाद उसको अनडन नहीं कर सकते. जो काम हो गया वो हो गया. मैन रिग्रेट्स फॉर व्हाट ही हैज डिनाइड हिमसेल्फ इन लाइफ. कभी कभी जो चीज वो इंसान जो है मना कर देता है उसके लिए उसको पछताना भी पड़ता है. रादर मैन व्हाट ही हैज चोजन. Hence, the poet has given his poem the title The Road Not Taken. The word road not only means way, it also means journey, a stage of journey. Here, road does not signify any ordinary road, but functions a metaphor of a vital decision. This road जो है बहुत जिंदगी का इम्पोर्टेंट डिसीजन के बारे में बताता है. येलो वुड वी हैव स्टडीड. येलो वुड क्या है? द येलो कलरिंग ऑफ द वुड इज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ द लाइट, होप एंड प्रॉमिस that the speaker is standing before. His future is bright and stretches before him. Though both paths are equally lit, he must choose only one. Woods, the poem is set in the woods because we get an image of a quiet, deserted place where the speaker is left alone to decide. There are no road signs or people to stop and ask for directions. Similarly, there are no signs in life designed to help people choose their path. So, जीवन में जब हमें कोई रास्ता चूज करना पड़ता है तो हमें अकेले उस डिसीजन को लेना होता है. So, ये डिजर्टेड प्लेस जो है, एक वुडेड एरिया जो मेंशन किया पोएट ने, वो यही है कि देयर आर नो पीपल, नो साइंस टू गिव डायरेक्शंस टू अस. वी हैव ओनली टू डिसाइड ऑन आवर ओन which path we have to take. So you can see the picture of a yellow wood here means a man is deserted, alone, and a wooded area is there. The brownish and yellowish leaves are there, decomposing leaves are lying over there. Roads are also the symbolism. So roads are the symbol, as I've told you, symbolic of paths we take in life. Every road leads to a specific place and the nature of one's destination. It depends entirely on the decision that the person makes. We don't just arrive at a location, we make a series of choices that lead us there. So it's not only one choice, then choice after choice. Series में बहुत ज़्यादा जो हैं choices हमारे आगे होती हैं. The morning represents a new beginning and endless possibilities the day ahead has to offer. Frost sets a poem in the morning to reveal that the speaker is in the early years of his life, in the young age, and his future is spread out before him. Thank you for watching this video.